Alright, I just finished the subframe for the seat. I didn't end up raising the tank. It's sitting in the exact same stock position. But I'm just going to get this thing running and working, and then if it does run well, then I'll replace the tank. But for now, the seat subframe works with this. So I kind of saw this idea off another YouTuber doing a similar type build. I don't have a welder, so I basically just got some tubing, some metal tubing from Home Depot, drilled a couple holes. The seat I bought came with these like brackets already. At the front, what I ended up doing was I used those L brackets there with the stock nut or threaded bolts or whatever that came on the seat. And I just attached it with those right now temporarily just to hold it. Same thing here. And then I just reattached it to the stock subframe location, drilled a hole there. And then I tried to tap these. It kind of worked, but it's not tight enough, so I will get somebody to weld this eventually, and then I'll cut this clean to make it look a lot better. I might do a bracket back here just so I can hang the taillight eventually. But overall, it doesn't look that bad. Not really impressed with the gap here, so I couldn't really do anything unless I tilted the seat way up to be flush here, but I didn't really want to do that because the seat would be pointing way up. And as you can tell, it's already kind of pointed up a little bit. So right now this bar here is kind of straight, but this kind of slants down a little. You can kind of see it there, but I'll figure out a piece here. Maybe I'll get something fabricated so I can fill this gap. But from the back, you can't really tell. From the top, when you're standing right above it, you can see it. So it does kind of take away from it when you're looking at it at the side, but it's not that bad. So I'm okay with it for now. Like I said, I want to get this thing started. I just ordered the gauge, or the dash should be coming in the next week or so. Headlight still hasn't come for some reason, but it was ordered at the same time as the clip-on bars, the seat, and the foot pegs, or the rear sets. So next I'm going to tackle the rear sets. Now that I have the seat on, I can adjust the position where I want my feet to be roughly. I did sit on it. It's pretty cool. I've never sat on a bike like this. It feels pretty cool. So that's pretty good. But it is getting there. It's starting to look more like a Café a little bit. Then I gotta paint the tank. That's really what is throwing it off. I think it's just there's too much black on this. It's too bobber looking. So I need to switch it up and add some color. And then eventually I'll see if I can relocate the battery under here, but I don't think so. The battery I have is too big. So it might just stay exactly where it is, right here. And I'll just build a box around it or something. But it's coming together. So I installed the rear sets from Dime City Cycle. It's actually pretty good universal type rear set. It does work. So I basically just chopped off the original brake foot pedal. It's kind of still rough a little bit, but it's just a test fit right now until I can actually test the bike and get it running again before I secure and finalize anything. Just so I'm not stuck with something that's uncomfortable. So you can see it does work. The only thing that makes me a little nervous here is that this is too leveled. I haven't really sat on it to test it exactly. I would like it to sit a little lower. I did test it so that this was angled here, but then it just didn't work for some reason, and I think it's partly the threading or like the way it was angled. So I will test it this way. I did quickly sit on it. I put my foot on there. It felt pretty good, but I'll have to see long term. Ideally, I would like it to sit more like that so I could just kind of push it down. But I think maybe there won't be enough leverage if I had it like this. So we'll see once I get it running. I'm gonna go attempt to try and start this for the first time. I'm not gonna ride it, I just wanna see if it'll start after I took everything apart, clean the carbs and stuff, and see if I can still get juice to it with all these messed up wires. Alright, finished the seat bracket, subframe. I had my buddy come here with a welder yesterday. We welded all this, put in a bolt there. So this is welded to the frame, and we have a bolt coming right through there just to hold it. It's no longer pivoting on the tanks, just kind of sitting there. This is really solid now. Rear sets are on. Still, I'm working on the other side right now. Did fire it up, it runs really well. So the clamp-on bars I bought were 37 mil, but they were too big, and these are definitely not. They're probably like 35, 36. So I just grabbed a grinder, took out the set screws, grinded the thickness of the blade down, put the set screws back in, and then that got rid of some of the material to be able to make it nice and solid. Had to do that on both sides, as you can see. Now it works, it's pretty solid, so we're making progress.